So welcome to today's video at how to mix glacier turquoise. Glacier turquoise is another supergranulating color from Schmincke Horadam, and because I do have the original version, we will swatch that one first. It is, as in most cases, a mix made with two different pigments. The first pigment is PB16, which is manganese violet. Manganese violet, I'm using the Schmincke version today, which is more on the cooler side, but manganese violet is definitely a pigment that can make violets that are more warmer, more to the reddish side, and versions that are more cooler, more to the bluish side. So depending on which brand you have, the result from the mixture can be different. So that is definitely a thing that I say when I say if you really want the exact same color to reproduce, then you will have to look that you have a version which from the manganese violet, which is similar to the version from Schmincke. If you're using a very warm manganese violet version, then it can be that the result won't be the same. Just to be aware of. The same goes for the PG50 cobalt turquoise. I don't know how good you can see it here, but I have two different versions in my granulation mixing palette, and the first version is the version from Schmincke, which is more bluish, and the second version is the one from Winsor & Newton Professional, which is more on the greenish side. If you haven't seen the How to Mix Glacier Green video, you will find it in the How to Mix playlist. I highly recommend seeing that one because I've mixed the version there with a bluish and a greenish version, and you can see in the end result that the color looks completely different if you're mixing it with a bluish or greenish version. I know that the difference is not very strong, but it still can, especially in very light color mixes like this one or the glacier green, make a very huge impact. So if you don't have the PG50 Schmincke version, which is the only PG50 cobalt turquoise version I know, which is more on the bluish side, then I would recommend using a PB28 cobalt teal or turquoise. For example, from I know that White Nights, Rosa Gallery, and I think also Roman Schmal offers a PB28 cobalt teal or turquoise, depending the brand, the name is different, version. And the PB28 cobalt turquoises are also on the bluish side, so that can be used instead of the Schmincke version. Even if it isn't the same pigment, the color shade is more similar to each other than other PG50s to the Schmincke version. It's really interesting because, yeah, like I said, the Schmincke version is definitely the only one I know which is on the bluish side and using the PG50 instead of the PB28. So, of course, the PG50 is a much lighter pigment than the PB16, and therefore we use a much higher amount of PG50 and a lower amount of PB16 in our mixture to get to this light blue color that you can see already here on my mixing plate. And yeah, the end result of the color. First thing, because this is an old video recording where I haven't switched to the making the areas for the original and the self-mixed version similar in size, I have a little bit too low amount of color mixed for that area, so it is lighter, like a watered down version of the original one. It is the same color, but it is a little bit lighter, just to be aware of. For me personal, If you would ask me nowadays if I would rebuy the color, or from my knowledge and taste today, if I would buy the color if I haven't had it already, then I would say definitely no. Because I think it is, from all the supergranulation mixes, not only from Schmincke but also from other brand, a more underwhelming color. It looks a little bit similar to, I would say, a PB36 cerulean blue, the darker cerulean blue color. And the funny thing is, in the lighter self-mixed watered down version, you see a little bit more of the PB16 shining through. There are areas where you can see a little bit more of the violet, but in the original version, which is not as diluted as mine, you nearly don't see, or I honestly, I can't see anything from the PB16. It just looks blue, with some areas maybe with the faintest hint of turquoise. So it just looks like someone has swatched a single pigment color. You don't see any color separation effect. We have a very beautiful granulation and the color itself is beautiful, but when I'm thinking of supergranulating colors, then I'm thinking of color separation effects, and we don't have it here, and that is something, sorry, I definitely want to have in mixtures like that. So yeah, that is something for me personally makes the color less interesting, to be honest. So I would absolutely love to hear your personal opinion of the color. Do you have it? And do you like it? And for what do you use it? Or if it's something that you say, no, I haven't bought the color for similar or same reasons as I'm saying today, I wouldn't buy it anymore. Doesn't change, of course, that the shade of blue is a very beautiful one and the granulation is very beautiful, but I'm missing the color separation effect. So I'm still hoping that the video was interesting and helpful. And like always, thumbs up or a follow is very much appreciated because it really helps me on the channel. So thank you very much for that. And I hope you have a wonderful day and to see you soon in one of my other videos. Bye bye and take care.